are to be warmly commended for convening this conference on violence against women and young girls. As you may know, I hold the dual positions of co-chair of the eminent group of advocates on the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the African Union Gender Champion. I'm aware that all the SDGs are of equal significance and importance. But as the AU Gender Champion, I must perforce single out for special mention and attention SDG 5, which defines the goal of gender equality and full female empowerment. In my estimation, it is at the heart of the structure of the SDGs. In Ghana, 51% of our population is female. This is also representative of the African condition and means that the empowerment of our women constitutes fundamental challenges for our development. This is one of the surest ways of rooting out poverty and guaranteeing the progress and prosperity of our countries and continent. I'm thus encouraged and delighted that a number of colleague male presidents have made the journey to Kinshasa to reiterate our commitment in support of creating a brighter Africa, where we extend a blanket of protection to all women and ensure that their rights become the bedrock for equality and social justice. The world marked in 2020 the 25th anniversary of the adoption of the seminal Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, which is the principal global policy on gender equality. It has also been 21 years since the United Nations Security Council adopted Resolution 1325, which situates women at the center of all the mechanisms for the prevention, management, and resolution of conflicts, as well as for peace building and post-conflict reconstruction. For us here in Africa, these present us with excellent opportunities to take stock of the progress we have made to realize the goals of gender equality and women's empowerment, and also agree on concrete and impactful action to be taken to accelerate implementation of commitments made to women and girls in Africa. When you consider that women are the first line of educators of our children, our communities, our nations, our region, and our continent, it is obvious that we empower our children by empowering our women. The legendary Ghanaian educationist, James Agre, told the now familiar story about the importance of educating the girl child. He said to educate a boy child was to educate an individual, whereas to educate a girl child was to educate the community. In the words of another illustrious Ghanaian, Kofi Annan, the former United Nations Secretary General, at the World Economic Forum in the year 2000, and I quote, "No development strategy is better than one that involves women as central players. It has immediate benefits for nutrition, health, savings, and investment at the family, community, and ultimately country level. It is a long-term investment that yields an exceptionally high return," unquote. Indeed, several studies conducted across the world have indicated that investing in women is arguably the most effective measure any developing nation can employ to improve its standard of living. It is also widely acknowledged that educating girls produces considerable social and welfare benefits, such as lower infant mortality and fertility rates. Again, research has found that the mother's level of education has a direct influence on economic productivity of both her family and the nation. As AU Gender Champion, I remain committed to the policy and goal of mobilizing support to help transform Africa into an exemplary continent, where sound policies and solid programs all successfully elevate the existential situation of women and free them from the acts or threats of violence. We must find a way to put Africa ahead in the promotion of gender equality, and we will do so by working fully with women leaders to develop situations and not having them trail or try to catch up with us, the men, when we think we have found the solution. I'm happy to report that AU member states have made considerable progress in implementing their commitments towards gender equality and women's empowerment. In spite of this, we still have a long way to go towards achieving gender equality in all spheres of life. Our women and girls continue to face a multitude of barriers: cultural, religious, financial, social, physical, and others. And I urge your excellencies to take appropriate actions to implement fully and efficiently the commitments we have made to improve the welfare of women and girls on the continent. I've been blessed with 5 beautiful daughters. Each is unique in her own right, but each has big dreams for her future. Every day, they are reminded to me that there can be nothing so important as to live up to their expectations and to ensure that the Africa we are trying to build is one where they will grow and thrive and prosper, and proud to be an African above all else. In each one of my daughters' eyes, I can see the Africa that can be, the Africa that must be, the Africa fueled by innovation and creativity and the passion of our young people. I therefore invite men and boys from all countries on the continent to become agents of change. I invite lawmakers to continue their work in advancing progress for women's and girls' rights across the continent. I invite traditional leaders, as gatekeepers of our moral and cultural values, to work in helping to tear down the cultural barriers which prevent our women and girls from being equal citizens. I invite you all to become champions of women's rights and agents of change in and out of your borders, especially in ensuring that acts and threats of violence against women become things of an unwanted past. Excellencies, this event should afford all of us the opportunity to share ideas and create a platform for deliberation on the development of solutions for promoting the Gender and Development Initiative. Its outcome should be to help define concrete strategies to imbibe in us the values of positive masculinity. It is time for action, so let us demonstrate our commitment to this noble cause through the ratification and implementation of the most progressive women's rights instrument in the world, the Protocol to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, on the rights of women in Africa, popularly known as the Maputo Protocol. I call on the 13 remaining member states who are yet to ratify the Maputo Protocol to do so and submit their instruments of ratification to the AU Commission. Let us remind ourselves that discrimination and inequality have unbearable burdens and costs on our economies, societies, and the development of the African continent. Let us stand together to create a bold, visible force for gender equality, saying no to acts and threats of violence against women and girls. And let us agree to give positive responses to the 3 requests made by President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. May God bless Mother Africa, the African Union, and us all. I thank you for your attention.